Hello there. How's it going? Can't afford to resub. I mean, seriously, do not worry about that. Like, if let's see, what's the best way I can put that? I definitely don't need subs. That's for sure. So, like, please do not worry about that at all. You know, I honestly bet the sheet music probably exists. If it wasn't officially released, I'm sure some clever listening person, but you want your sub. I mean, I get it, but like, you'll be fine. Who? Well, thank you, anonymous gifter. You really didn't have to do that. Wait. So it's an account created specifically for anonymous gifting people stuff, or is that just actually how it shows? Either way, thank you, mysterious person, for making Simport happy. Oh no. Senpai, what is me? Anyway, I think it's about time to get started. I mean, I'm pretty sure after disappearing for 2 weeks and deciding to stream on a Monday night, I'm not really expecting much anyone else aside from, I guess, mysterious person and Simport, so yeah, let's do that. Thank you again. Eden mysteriously shows up right now? Hello? At convenient timing? Someone anonymously gifted Simport or resub. What is... I'm terrible. What is that acronym? Plausible deniability. I like it. Okay, but really, what does that acronym mean? I fucking can't quite find it at the moment, and I'm not willing to look further yet. Where the hell did we leave off? Also, this is gonna suck because it's an impromptu stream. There is none, just a small okay, it's just okay, cool. I was like, I'd never seen that before. Attorney of Aces. Yes, Snappy. What happened? Where were we? What's going on? Who am I? Okay, people, the jury's opinion changed, mostly against our favor, because Oh yeah, this girl was in the trunk. Was literally in the trunk of the carriage. Which is supposed to, at the very minimum, have like maintenance equipment. According to our, carriage guild dude. That's a juror. Yeah. And I remember that there appears to be some tampering of the evidence going on. Because I was pretty sure there was no bloodstain on the floor of that carriage, and then all of a sudden, bam, bloodstain. Yeah. Missed the ending to the last one. I mean, I think, yeah, Mick Gilded is absolutely very suspicious, and if I were a defense attorney, I wouldn't have any faith in him at this point. And that would go against my duties. But yeah. So, let's see how far I get before destroying my voice doing this solo.
So, I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the...
Nope. That's already... That's not even... Okay. Let's try it again.
So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses. Just like always. And it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I tell you can't see a...
No. What am I doing? I'm just trying to imagine. What would she sound like?
You can't see a...
Nope.
You can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. And after a while, I hear this really loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin out here. The scream just came out. It's because of that, this swell found me. He did help me get away, minds.
I'm like, kind of feeling it. I probably had it last stream, but when? How long's it been? 2 weeks or 3 weeks? Please don't tell me it's been 3. Oh god, if it's been 3. I've been busy, okay? I've been... Oh my god, like, yeah. I had absolutely 0 time this week. Maybe if I was at like 100% focus level. But yeah.
All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent.
One brief shining moment. Yes. A tournament? Nice. Last year, remember, was at the fair, so that was back in September. I swear. Okay, I'm gonna look at the timestamps of my VOD folder. What do we got? Oh, 10-5 is when I did my very boomed Deltarune turned Celeste stream, where I just wasn't in a good mood. That does not count. So... yeah, it's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, basically. That stream doesn't count. But I did get a Crystal Heart. And it was like 20 minutes. So yeah, anyway.
It's clear that they're all still very unsure. We could just find some conclusive piece of evidence amongst this new testimony. I'm sure we could clinch the verdict what we want.
What?
I'm sure we could clinch the verdict we want.
Where did I come up with what? Yes, I think you're right. I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me. Just can't quite put my finger in. Is this just the loop thing? It's the loop thing. Ah, okay. Right. Oh, we're already in the cross-examination. Yes, Vampy. I'm hoping in the coming weeks I will have more mental space too. Like, not only stream more, but hopefully get some, like, videos out? I just have to, like, probably more in the highlight category. I mean, that's what I was trying to do anyway, but, like, even shorter. Because I don't think I have the time to go through all the footage that I generate. Unless I can find a pipeline that works. Videos. Yeah, I mean, that's assuming I'm like, doing enough video-worthy stuff, so let's see. Why am I getting notifications? No. Okay, we're good. So, I don't remember what we've pressed so far. Jeez, when was my last video anyway? Wasn't it like June? And I know there was the thing I did in objection.lol, that, you know, that little animation thing. Phoenix has brain damage, something like that. And then before that, I think I was still playing the original trilogy. Damn. I already finished that case. I was on the Emma Sky one. What was it, like Turnabout Ashes or whatever it's called? The last one of the first game that you get in the DS version. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, got nothing to show for me troubles that night.
Do you though? Because
you know, that thing was empty and it wasn't supposed to be empty.
Hold it!
a waste of time? Why's that?
Well, most nights I'm on me way in the old... Most nights I'm on me own in the God Permit, at least some of the time. That's such a... How do you say that naturally?
Anyway.
I beg your pardon? Did you say God Permit?
Okay, so even the judge is confused. It's not just me. McGilden doesn't look like he's about to pass away. He's got his chiseled jawline, dude. Anyway.
Oh yeah, well...
Wrong voice. I saw McGilden. He looks dead. Alright.
Oh yeah, that's what my kind call it. You say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while.
And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away?
That's it. Only that night, as Cove was sat on me seat from the start.
Cove? That chiseled jawline or just the outline of his sculpture? Chiseled jaw. Anyway. Dehydration? Yes.
And he didn't budge a whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. It's totally stuck.
You mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin?
Yeah. Right, mister?
To be sure.
I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on, Father Child. Bleh. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've sat on and fed the child now, would you?
Do you? Words? What in the world are words? Anyway. So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Speaking of hydration, I haven't done much of that today. Which isn't normal for me because I have this bottle on me at all times. I'm hydrating. I promise you, I don't have the dehydration-induced chisel John line. No. I want that hat. Stretch? The stream's just barely started. Yeah. You know what happens when you don't hydrate? Okay. To be fair, I think primarily I just drank tea today, so yeah. Anyway. Let's see what we got.
I tell you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. And after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin, I did. And the scream came out. It's 'cause of that this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind.
I can't quite do that, but I'm trying.
All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent.
For one brief shining moment. Yeah, loop. Damn it. I want a voice so much, it's like I don't even identify the loop. I don't think any of us want that job. Yeah, maybe not. Or can you? So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all?
Not a joke. Most days I could push the cushion up with me head and look out.
It's so weird to read. If it was just like spelled normally, I could probably do the accent better than trying to read the text like the accent.
Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's attitude who I'm gonna fiddle.
Yes. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher.
I mean, I can have a look. Seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see?
You ever just read the accent? A little bit.
So most of the time, passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head.
And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out. I see.
Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels much too like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Hobson's choice.
Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor.
So anyway, I was a bit scared, Well, I just had to stick it out into there. Nothing else for it.
Bang? Why bang? Body dropping? That's the only thing. There were no guns at play, I'm pretty sure. Had to have been a body dropping. Shit. Okay, so yeah, let's press that. That's a separate statement.
Hold it!
When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor?
Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well.
Give me like half a second. Do 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 do.
Connected. Sound muted.
Okay, there we go. Whee!
Point is, it made me jump.
And you let out a scream? Involuntarily.
That's right. And then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden.
Presumably when the victim got up in order to help the victim. Yes. Oh, I gotta do this guy now. I've leaned too hard on Nick. Okay. So there was one stream. There was at least one stream where I had it, and then I lost it.
Oh, or not.
Oh, not. I guess my voice isn't deep enough. Or it can be deep at certain times of the day. Like more so the morning. Anyway. The first time he showed up, yeah, that's probably when I had it. Oh, not. Oh, not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim. Could it not?
Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment?
I'm just gonna roll with it and hope I, lean my way back into it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, shock face.
I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up with the bloke would have fallen on the floor seat opposite.
I don't know. He's like a more... more emo Edgeworth? I don't know. Also, hey Radio Star, it's been a while.
That matches Mr. McGilda's account, of course. But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but he was too late by then. I should have never risked looking.
Hold it!
And when Mr. McGilda discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place?
I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all.
Next to the victim, Mr. Mason?
Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. It was still bleeding. And the carriage lurched a bit, and he ended up falling onto me. How awful. Both me ends got covered in blood. Made me feel sick as a dog.
Both their hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passenger saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilded for a while. Is that correct?
He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know me name and what I was up to and that. And I heard something from up above. Someone screamed.
Yash, Mr. First on the roof deck. One would presume.
I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. And the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." Oh, sad.
And now we're looping around again. I don't know what to do. Oh, like this game nails the character models. So what evidence do we have? Yes, armband, equivalent of presenting badge. Autopsy report. So how was it in the crime scene photograph that the victim wasn't slumped over? So that's one thing. And then, real quick, just to recap. I don't know where that stain of blood came from. It wasn't there before. It literally feels like it got planted there in the middle of this courtroom. Probably when the smoke grenade was thrown by that girl. Like, can't believe I said that sentence. Anyway. And also, I'm like pretty sure there was like some newspaper or magazine stuff under here. Well, now it's gone. People be tampering with the crime scene. And I don't like any of it. But I don't feel like we're quite at the point to point that out yet. At the very least, we could just do... We could try this. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Because we only have like 4 strikes in this whole case. I'm gonna try it. I'm not thinking any clearer than that. I'm gonna try it.
Objection.
Rip. That reveals a damning inconsistency. That last statement. Damning, you say? As I look at you, Counsel, I see your trembling hand, your pallid expression, and your perspiring brow. Huh? It seems to me that is the damning inconsistency here, with the misplaced confidence in your assertion. That's all I'm gonna say with that. You're invited, sir. I don't know. Did anyone spot anything? Was anything in red? Do 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 do. You got nothing to show from a rich dude. Nothing. I'm still not convinced. Let's re-listen to this piece. Yeah, they snuck in the carriage to, like, rummage through people's belongings because she was literally in the luggage compartment or something. She was there the whole time. Okay, the only thing that was in red is that she couldn't possibly be the culprit. Sure, right? It's not like I believe that either. Is that what we're trying to prove here? I mean, we could say, like, the blood was on her hands, but then that don't mean shit for the gloves? This is what happens when I don't play for 3 weeks. But they're not her gloves, though, so I don't... Yep. Nothing. Yeah, I feel like we're missing a detail.
Well, no.
What? What? When? Was that there before? So, you have to look for the subtle expressions in the witnesses. The very subtle expressions with the flash, and the cloud, and the fucking exclamation mark. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded?
Oh, I do apologize. I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel?
I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps? You seem to be thinking something to yourself.
No. 'Twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad. Shut up in the dark. It was terrifying, so it was.
I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. Yeah. Yep. The dark. Definitely still scared of that.
Aye. And I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem much louder as well. Yeah. Well, I suppose it does. Maybe.
Miss Lestrade, did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps?
Nah, not really. Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring.
But jabbers, there's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp.
What a pity. Only Miss Lestrade heard something. It might have.
If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue.
What?
What? Or did the body dropping like wake her up or something? Should we make it that last statement of hers? No unusual noises here, lol. It's totally insignificant. My lord, I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council. Nevertheless, really, dude? Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please.
How do you say that? What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me.
That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move.
Hold it!
So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time? Since the moment you hid yourself?
Not exactly, no.
Sorry?
Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice me.
And Mr. McGill did sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct?
Yeah, would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug. So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped even there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to the market. Storing like an old dog he was.
Give me like half a second. Alright, anyway. Are there any conclusions we can draw from that? I almost need to reread that. Because I swear there's this trade-off in my brain between reading to perform and reading to comprehend. I'm serious, it's weird. It's like a different part of my brain. I don't know. Anyway. Right. Yeah, big robot think circle right now. Do is listen. Does it add up? Like, I feel like it adds up that, you know, it's like, was all she could hear was snoring? But I mean, she heard the body, like, thud to the floor of the carriage. So does that count? Are we talking about a different point in time? Does the thud not matter? Are we talking about words, or does the thud matter? Am I overthinking this? I'm just gonna bluff it. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. You know, that's the nice thing. Look, I don't know if it's the same for Nick, where he has that trade-off in his brain too, but at the very least, having someone else do the comprehending while I'm doing the performing is at least nice. And then we can switch that role depending on what character we're playing.
Right, Hodge. Are you sure, man?
Absolutely.
It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared.
Did I get it? Did I finally get it? The Van Zeke's voice!
Wait. I think it finally clicked in my head.
He's not as racist.
So Van Zeke realizes it too. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGildy snoring. What think, Ryunosuke? Think?
So yeah, we're going with thud. Okay.
Slap, slap, too. Something else she should have heard.
Do we have evidence that points to thump? Are we going with the sound this dude made while dying? I mean, that's a little bit of an if. Yeah, why am I clicking? The ledger belongs to McGilted, the Irish dude. He's like he's a wealthy loan shark, basically, that also engages in philanthropy, so it's kind of a weird character to cheat people out of their money and then pay for a public park. Yeah. I don't know, maybe the writing's like really small. and somehow have a good face with the public. Doesn't make any sense to me. Should we go with stabbing? I'm gonna go with stabbing. Cause like, or wait, we can show a person. We can do the body. We can do the body. Wait. Murder weapon seems like it was a knife that belongs to our defendant, most likely, because of how fancy it is. Is it a person in this room? Or can we just present a person on the court record? I'm assuming it's the court record. So we should be able to present the victim. Let's go with that. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. Presence? What does he mean, presence? What does he mean, presence? Letter opener type of knife. Gotcha. Like just presence on the scene, not presence in the courtroom. Let's go with presence on the scene.
Take that!
Take that! Yeah. I was like scared he meant present in the courtroom for a second. Freischweiertmation? Yes, my lord. Sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to have heard. Is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. What? Excuse me? That's not at all where I was going with this. Ryunosuke is seeing something that we aren't. Okay, so then the dialogue earlier was clearly then about the beginning of the trip and not, you know, when the murder happened. Oh, you meant that type of crack. Okay. You mean the jerks. Okay, so clearly I wasn't following that train of thought. What? We did it? Order! Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was still in the pub, wasn't I? I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I?
And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded?
That it was. Not a soul in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least, not in plain sight.
So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at the time.
Did I not just say as much? Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack underneath the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure.
And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time did you not hear the door opening or closing at all?
Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, wasn't I? Waiting for this swell to leave.
In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Wah! We know that the victim collapsed inside the second. How did that become second? Anyway, we know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did, or did not hear, is at odds with the facts. I like how Ryunosuke's posture is just entirely horizontal. It's just a 90-degree angle, actually. Yes. No, I had the voice. What did I do? Yes. This petty thief statement was clearly flawed. Yes. This petty thief statement was clearly flawed.
Lord Van Sheeks.
Yes. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. It would seem that words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths and nothing more. Am I kind of getting the vampy voice now? I don't know. Or at least the best I can do with my range.
Grandma, no!
Okay, cool. Dang. She didn't even say anything.
I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars.
And neither can I. Mr. Foreman. I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. Salubrious? Huh? This is why I have Merriam-Webster open.
Salubrious.
Salubrious. Okay. But I must say, I cannot abide liars.
Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 members of the jury leaning towards guilty.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Yes, very refreshing. What are we playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadan? What is that? Amadan. Here I go again. Omadon? Amathon? Nope. No idea. I'm sure I could look on Google. but I'm scared of Google's pronunciation. That's why I was going to like a better site. Oh, this guy again. Have I even tried voicing this dude? I guess that's an Irish word.
This is carnage. It's perf. This is carnage. This is carnage. It's perfect.
I don't know. Sure, number 2's the only one left.
Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going.
I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilda's innocence, the judge will rule we'll have lost. Of course you look back to that, dude. Of course you come back to just, looping dude, like, doing weird things with a knife.
I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service now, we must accept hard truths.
Hold it! Even Sasato's like, Ryunosuke, why? Yes, that witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. And he knows something we don't. Great. However, no, he's just restating what we already know. Okay. We consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth. It may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel?
I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean?
Counsel, I would not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication. Prorogue my adjudication. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. Another entrance? Unlikely. Put there after he died? More likely. But if we're going off the... if we're really trusting the validity of that girl's statement of only hearing the door open once, or whatever, only hearing one person get on board, my dude was there. He was there. And I don't like that answer. That's the answer that terrifies me the most. I'm going with it though. It's October after all. Clearly, he was already in there from beforehand. Objection. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Fucking fine. We can't get all spooky here. Tell me, my learned friend, what was the function of that clearly in your last sentence? Huh? Oh, well said, Lord Van Cheeks. The clearly is troubling me also. I'm gonna run out of tries. No. That's really not the point. The point is that the victim must have been in the carriage room beforehand. The Autobahn! Eden, are you there? Please tell me you're seeing this shit. It's Autobahn is simp word for saying bite me, Autobahn. Holy shit, okay. It said no. Anyway, that's really not the point. The point is that the victim must have been in the carriage room beforehand. Then answer me this. By beforehand, to what specific point in time are you referring? Well, clearly, I shall have to penalize the defense heavily for this irrelevant rambling. Fuck you. The penalty is evidently not heavy enough, judging from those Nipponese eyes. So I ask you again. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? Big sigh. There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. Okay, fine. It's spooky month and we can't fucking spooky month. If there's another entrance, I'm flipping tables. Obviously, the victim must have been placed in the carriage after he was killed. You've gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh my god. How is that the most likely explanation? Somehow, I don't think you understand what the obvious answer here is. Clearly, it's the floor. No, why would it be the floor? Okay. Fucking hell. We'll go with your answer then, Panzeeks, since you seem to be so sure of yourself. If the door wasn't opened even once. The only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way. Objection. I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. On one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other only has windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door. Objection! Ritosuke! Ritosuke! I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm not convinced. Holy crap. There's only one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes. One other way inside. That isn't the door. Another opening. The use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Please, please don't tell me that he's gonna say that the other seat has a trunk. And if it does, right? If it does have another trunk, does that not count as him already being inside? Why does that count as he entered? Some other way? Why does that not count as him already being there? I don't understand. Yeah, it's probably gonna be some hole, but how the fuck would Ryunosuke know that? He didn't open the other one. It's crazy. Alright, Counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. We will know this entrance by which you propose the victim enter the cabin. So we're going with the only two options I can think of are here and here. What are we going with? Those are, in fact, the only two reasonable options I can come up with. I like your thinking, Simboard. Let's go with that. We're fucked, though, if we get this wrong.
Take that!
The music stopped. Okay. The answer is obvious. It could have only been the skylight. But why say the skylight?
Objection!
The fucking gamble. The coin flip. Your ludicrous proposal has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
I'm not gonna do the pop-up dialogues right now. Trying not to, ruin my voice here immediately. But yeah. The skylight may be well large enough for someone to pass through. I'm pretty sure I have this, bruise in my esophagus from, a combination of eating very, very rough snacks and having way too much vinegar with a salad one day. And it does at least semi-indirectly agitate that when I be loud. So yeah. When I say too much vinegar, I mean way too much vinegar. I felt the burn, immediately. So yeah, anyway. A skylight may be well large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
I'm sorry if that was TMI. Oh, I hope it wasn't. Anyway. So you claim. Why you put so much on the salad? I didn't think it was that much at the time. It all just soaked it right up, felt like. It's not like I had soup. But pretty sure, yeah, it was still excessive. But you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory. Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They claim to have heard a loud thud, such as a noise made by someone falling onto the floor. Yes, which has already been explained. As the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with a dagger. Yes, that it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? Noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment when the victim made his entrance into the cabin. Oh, shit! And it all comes back around! Yeah, why doesn't the prosecution have the burden of proof? It makes no fucking sense. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection.
Objection. You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? Music in this game is top tier. Ace Attorney music has always been top tier, but this is just like a whole new flavor of good. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but might the humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded. To be sure now, the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified before said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that is not so much a case of them not saying, but it is a case of them being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas, they'll be having something of a compelling reason to not mention what happened. Did this? Now money's involved. No, there wasn't any possible way the girl went home empty-handed. But now we're getting the not-so-subtle suggestion of bribery of the other witnesses? Excuse me? What the fuck, man? I just not agree. Fine, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh my goodness, surely not. There's two chaps on the roof. You mean the ones who struck the knife and the man were? Oh, he's just pinning the murder on them. Okay. Hush, what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer?
You brother, he said, what is this? You brother, he said, you brother, what are you insinuating? What the fuck was that?
This is a flaming outrage. I've got a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute.
He'll give you a shine in a minute, he said. And so will I.
Whoa. Mr. Fairplay. You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker.
And me, a very angry hatter.
Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed the man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. I protest.
I protest in the strongest possible terms.
That's right. I protest too. How about you, you rotten scoundrel?
Order! Order!
So weird to say order.
This is not the time, witnesses.
I will not permit this wanton investigation of a stand. Return to the anteroom at once. Invasion, rather.
But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know.
My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Seeks. Pardon me. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse witnesses without proof. But accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting.
Yeah.
You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In all British courts of law, that is what is termed to be a baseless accusation. I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get him to testify. I thought there was something filthy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another.
If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, must dispose of it at once.
Oh shit.
Testify.
Damn. What the fuck has Van Zeek's done? Spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
My lord.
You will take the stand and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment being brought by the defense.
Yes, my lord.
I lost the voice entirely.
I didn't come here for this.
He seems happy. McGilded. No time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Disputing the accusation.
They were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. But if anything had happened while we were shitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. Couldn't have possibly opened it.
If you're so sure that the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
I must say that on listening to his testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith.
That's right. That's right, you see.
We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down to if the two of you are in collusion with one another.
What?
According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. Trial is going in our favor. Really? Why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Cross-examination, please. Yes, my lord. Let's investigate that a little bit. So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, no. I don't know how you say that. Not once, never.
He'd never met the man before, he said. Never.
And you, Mr. First? No prior dealings with the victim either?
That's right, sir. I don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
No, I imagine not.
See? How many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentleman who were inside the cabin.
Ah, looky here who knows something.
Excuse me, Mr. McGilded.
Yes, counsel. What can I be doing you for?
Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow?
Not the remotest connection. Is that right now? I wonder. Ooh, he's gonna come up with something, isn't he?
What are you insinuating now?
Ah, Mr. Fairplay. That's been too long, so it has.
Huh?
If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
I beg your pardon?
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
But at an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion.
Oh no. Is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? A sort of begrudgery that might motivate the fella to pass his crimes off on another. And young Mr. First. But me, sir? What do you want with me, sir?
Give me a second.
You do be making hats for a living, do you not? There be. There a top hat sliding about on your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, do you understand? I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine chap walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? It is a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a very distinctive touch. Customers such as Thrice-Fired Mason. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence before, my lord.
This you mean?
Why, can't help thinking that poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, would you say? Oh, that's one of my hats. Aye, that it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. A sort of customer, I'd wager. You could have had a weak quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. No, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellows here had the remotest connection to the victim, you see. Haven't the remotest connection. I rest my case.
You little weasel.
He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGillis certainly has been thorough in his research, hasn't he?
I don't like anyone in this case. It was Sholmes, wasn't it? Yeah.
Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings.
He just do be really thinking of Renosuke. And cuffs. Stretch and hydrate. Oh man. You know what? I think I will just pause on this frame right here and go do just that and stretch and hydrate. I get to stretch and hydrate. You get to look at first, act like a horse, I think. I'd say, to be fair, to my thinking, remaining Goku if. But yeah. I'm probably gonna go on for another 20 to 30 minutes tops. Hopefully we can find a good stopping point, but I've learned to not expect that from this game. Well, looks like I missed a little bit of a show night. But to be fair, didn't really know exactly when. Anyway. Whatever. Is this the same case? The thing I was talking about? No, it's just like a Discord for watching stuff with people, but with friends. But this, yeah, we've been on this case for a while, but then again, I haven't streamed Ace Attorney in like 3 weeks. Yeah, if there's anything I've learned about the Great Ace Attorney, it's that the cases really do seem to just take ages. I properly destroyed my voice one night on the first case, thinking it was almost over, when it most certainly wasn't. I'm pretty sure I spent 12 hours of game time combined on the first case. So yeah.
I'm gonna lose my block with you in a minute.
He's gonna lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see? It's shut fast now. Just like it was on the night.
Okay, but what if there's... What if there's no glass? What if they missed that detail? So it is. Of course, a fellow the size of Mr. Mason could have likely break right through it. Still no.
What?
What?
Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand.
Oh, now you hold on there a minute, sir. Size of that thing means nothing. No, Joe. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we?
Let's stop biting our cane, shall we?
I was riding on the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself with it, as it happens.
This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I just meant to say, well, but the point is I tried to open the skylight, you see. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rouge, I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside that cabin. I tried and tried when I was inside that cabin of shame.
Oh, the very subtle hints over here. Excuse me. Took me a second there. Thought I could just click. You have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade?
Miss Lestrade!
It opens.
Huh? Skylight. That's what we're talking about, right?
All them skylights open. Dead easy.
More easily than you can load that weapon.
That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, you can't do it from inside your mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out my ears.
Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was, I used the skylight. Opened the catch and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why I can't open them. That's why you can't open them from the cabin.
The skylight opens from the roof deck?
Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims.
Oh, my hat.
Gun.
See?
But order! So it appears that the street girl statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens from the roof deck.
And from the roof deck. Sure. You want to go that route?
Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense. Please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord.
So, skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Nearly forgot something, pointy Don Pog. Oh yeah. Honestly, I have tempted to pause here. And hopefully I'll get some time this weekend. I'm not going anywhere. I don't think there's anything work related. Just yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So I spaced out. Why don't we before we hop off, like, why don't we host someone? Yes, the tire just hit me all at once. I apologize. Let's see, who be doing? Anyone I know? Anyone playing the game? Let's see. Pen is no longer streaming. Let's look at people who are playing the game. What case is that? Case is that? What case is that? What case is that? Okay, somebody's on case 2. I'm gonna mute my desktop audio so I can listen to them real quick, get a feel. Astronomy? Did we raid them? And were they playing this game? Okay, they're looking a bit familiar. Yes and no, they play. Sure. That probably... I think that works out. Okay. As long as they didn't block raids. Because the last person I tried to raid had raids blocked, and I understand with the times and stuff, but I was still a bit sad. Okay, let's do that. Let's get ready for that raid. But yeah, other than that, I'll catch y'all later. Let's do this.